share?
Hey, Daddy, I'll share here.
Yes,
I'm
please go
working
ahead.
on a prospect with Christy. So tonight I'll have a second campaigner for the month. So one is already in the books, but we were waiting for, because he was in another hierarchy. So after 4 years, he's still blocked. So I sent a
Hi,
mail to
everybody.
World Financial Group. So they're switching that over to me. So that's my share. Thank you.
All right, second campaigner. So let's help him get to the GX1, right? That's what we really strive for. So wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Mr. Emmanuel. Who's next to share? And congratulations on your 315 last month.
Thank you.
Who's next to share? All right, Asmara, go
Hi,
ahead.
Chef.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yeah, I did my 315 yesterday. Yeah,
Congratulations. Wonderful.
yeah. I'm happy.
Awesome. Wonderful. So he's gonna redo it this month again, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely. You do it once, you can continue doing it and doing it and doing it. Awesome job. Proud
Yeah.
of you, Asmaret.
Okay.
All right. I feel it. I feel the fire from this weekend. I feel the fire, the GX and April is here, financial literacy. It is a whole nother ball game. So very excited. All right, who's next to share?
This is Ebony. I'll share.
Ebony. Go ahead,
Hey,
Ebony.
I'm still a little sad because you guys had so much fun on the weekend without me, but that's okay. That's okay. We're working. Me and Sandra just closed on some business, so we're actually going from meeting to meeting. We just left that meeting and jumped in here, so we're still moving and moving forward. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be at our goal by the end of the week, or by the time we meet by the end of the week. Yeah.
All right, absolutely. I have a faith in you and I believe you can do it. So, Ebony, with your amount of activities and share list and prospecting and contacting, I truly believe that you're right around the corner, So, great job. All right, who's next to share? Please, guys, if you can show your faces, position yourself to take notes and be present with us. Cut any distraction around you and be ready to learn. We're going to start a training in a couple of minutes. All right, who's next to share?
This is Sandra, I'll share.
Yes, please, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm sorry, kids on spring break. Somebody help me. I wanted to quickly share, yes, congratulations, Ebony, on your first set of business for the first of the month. So we're going to get that submitted. I have had 2 big accounts approved, so that is 6,000, almost 7,000 points that was approved today. So I'm waiting for e-deliveries to come in.
All right.
However, I have 3 new solutions that I'm submitting this month. To a $35,000 rollover, a 20K annuity, and a total of 4,124 points for one. And the other one is 3,216 points for the other one that I'm going to be submitting. Shakola is working on 4 solutions right now. So April is starting out very well for us as a team. And we are just getting ready for G Summit. So I've been making calls to those that are joining, gearing up for tomorrow's opening for Vegas. And we just focus, head down, making moves. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sandra. Yes, this weekend it'll be ethical for all of us. I'm really excited. I know we had a great planning meeting and it's going to be really, really exciting. So April 6th is around the corner. And if you have not got your tickets yet and, invited, please do so. Awesome. Who's next to share? Who's next to share? Oh, Juna, go ahead, Juna. Yes.
I did not say anything. Well, I share. Hello, everyone. Yeah, today is April 1st. It's looking good for me so far. And I spent the entire day at the office today. So it was really awesome to spend the day there, and I was making a few calls, and it's really progressing. Thank you for letting me share.
Absolutely, Miss June. It was refreshing to see you in the office, and we expect to see you now every day. All right, Vanessa, go on.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I wanted to share that I connected with a gentleman this evening from Indiana. He was referred to me to help translate how to make a tax return. And I ended up talking to him for a good 30, 45 minutes maybe, and found out a lot about him and his family. And he even shared with me that he has a term policy for 20 years. So I try to educate him a little bit on, the type of insurance policies that I offer. So I will be helping him with his tax return, but I'm gonna continue conversation in regards to his protection and his family's protection as well. So there'll be more to come. I definitely am seeing more expanding in Indiana now through personal referrals. So that's really exciting too. Thank you for letting me
Awesome.
share.
That's great, Vanessa. That's awesome. It was also great seeing you this last weekend at our Live Oak Financial Center cookout. That was an amazing historical event for all of us as well.
Yes, thank
right,
you.
we'll
That
take-
was a great host. Thank you.
Yes. All right, we'll take maybe two more people quickly.
Carol.
Hey, Carol, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I was able to submit my application earlier this evening to my client for signature. He's currently at work, so I will just check back in if he has completed his his part, or if I got it back. Thanks for allowing me to share.
All right, great. Thank you so much for sharing your activities. All right, who's next? One more person to share?
I'll go.
All right, Everton, go ahead.
Hey, we had an awesome weekend. I love what we did this weekend, guys, and getting together and being together. It's so bonding. Hey, when you go out, you have to talk to every single person. Hey, I do taxes, but guess what? I solicited a CPA. Asked him to sponsor an event that we have. He sponsored, and then started handing and talking about what we're doing. He wants to hear more because he said he doesn't offer that other piece of service. He normally refers it to someone else. So I'm gonna get an opportunity to sit down and talk with him more. So therefore we can move things around. All right. Completed my GX for the last campaigner. So looking to repeat that again this month. Already got one person already ready to go.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. I feel the fire. Hey, that's exciting. I know many people are fighting, and I can see this month it will be April Madness. I know we had a March Madness, but this is going to be April Madness, right? Because we have all goals, and it's a clean slate for everybody. What we did last month is awesome and amazing. We got to follow up, make sure it's issued, delivered, and all that, sealed and delivered. But now, starting today, we're looking for new policies and new cases to help families in the right way, and also to make sure that we educate and empower them. And being a Financial Literacy Month, I want to encourage everyone to think about organizations, communities, leaders, and see who can we and how can we talk to them to help them see the big picture so that we can get into those communities and give them that education. But for sake of time, I'm not going to take any more shares. I know we have a lot more licensed professionals. I want to challenge you, if you see that your licensed friends, sidelines, team members are not on, I do want to ask each one of you to take a personal responsibility as leaders to remind them every Monday night. We gather here, and we're so blessed to have an amazing trainers to show and take time away from their busy schedule, their families, and be with us to train us. So really, we want to show the respect, and we want to be able to be present and contribute to the conversation, but most importantly, learn how we can best serve our clients. So without further ado, this young lady is no stranger to us. She was with us a couple of weeks ago, and I'm learning from her a great deal, and I'm continuing to learn because I definitely want to improve myself and improve my client services as well. So I want to open up and welcome Mrs. Susan. Miss Susan, welcome to the Monday night. We're still awake, wide awake, and ready to learn. Okay.
Hey. Hello, everybody. Could you give me sharing capabilities, please?
Done.
Welcome back, Susan.
Thank you. Hello. So glad to see you all on this evening. Thanks for having me back. We are going to go over the One America solutions. So there's a few products we can sell with One America. One America is in all states except New York. If your client, any client in New York has a residence or business in another state, they can buy One America in that other state when they are physically there and you are licensed there. Can we get everybody to mute? That'll give us our eliminate any background noise. Thank you. Okay, so I am your LTC wholesaler. If you were not on last time, I am here with Crump. I am the long-term care external wholesaler assigned to the WFG account. So you will work with me together. We'll strategize about cases. We'll talk about products. We'll do trainings like this. I can do point of sale work, client conference calls, client webinars, meetings. If you are interested in that, let me know. If you need help, let me know. I am to help you. I will put up my contact information at the end because I started sort of in the middle of this presentation where the One America leads off. So again, tonight's focus is the One America Solutions portfolio. Their product is a hybrid product. Hybrid long-term care means long-term care and life insurance bundled up together. You have to buy both parts. It's not a life with a rider, it's bundled. We call that hybrid. So there's really three types of long-term care insurance. There's traditional, there's hybrid, and there's life with a rider. So I'm talking about hybrid tonight. That's One America Solutions. The product is called Asset Care. This is a whole life chassis with long-term care benefits. There's several ways that you can buy the product. You can buy it as a single premium, which would be cash or cash equivalents, like a 1035 exchange. You can buy it with qualified money in a single premium. The single premium with full return of premium rider is available. This is not a popular option, but you can get it. I'll talk about that a little bit about that. And then you have the recurring premium. This is the most popular option because everybody doesn't have single pay. Recurring premium is a flexible payment. You can do in most states 5 pay, 10 pay, 20 pay, and pay to age 95. Anybody on from California? Dolly? No? Okay. All right. So California is just a little bit different. If you're working with any clients in California, the products are a little bit different. I'm not going to focus on them. I'm just going to focus on the rest of the states. So when we buy this product, again, you have two parts to the product. You've got a life insurance part and a long-term care part. I know they call it a rider, but it's not really life with a rider. You're buying both parts. So the life insurance part, the dynamics of this is the life insurance part is called the base and the long-term care part is called the COB, continuation of benefits rider. So you're buying both parts, base and COB, base and COB. Let's try to remember that. We can fund the product the parts different ways. So I could do the base part in a single pay, the COB in a single. I could do single here, 10 over here, and so on. So I can fund different ways. They can match or I can mix and match. All right. Okay. So what I want to show you is, don't worry, I have quotes I'm going to go through. This is the One America Library. You should know this. You should save this as your resource. This is available to you. There's all kinds of stuff on this website. It is specifically for WFG. All right. So when you go into here, you'll see a little menu of options, but there's producer materials, consumer materials, including videos. So if you want your clients to know long-term care planning is something that you can do and help them with, add a little video to your signature. Add a little video to your LinkedIn. Make sure on your social medias that outlets that you like the One America company. Whenever they post something, you can in turn share it on your feed. So it's really good to have this. You can do that with any of the carriers that you're approved to sell. So you can do that with Nationwide, One America, Securian, Mutual of Omaha, National Guardian Life. Those are all your LTC carriers. So make sure that you can have them on that you like their page on the especially LinkedIn, because a lot of powerful messages are sent over LinkedIn. Then we have access to the Crump Transaction Center. That is not located on this site, but it tells you how to use the Transaction Center. There's a page on that. The Crump wholesaling team, which includes me for long-term care and your life folks. And then there's also a One America wholesaling team. They are all over the country. So if you're selling this product, get to know who your person is. They do in-person trainings and meetings. They can come to your office. They can do a client seminar, lunch and learn. They have some money to spend. So get to know who your One America wholesaler is in whatever area you live in. There's a whole map and it'll show you who it is, and go introduce yourself. And they are there to help you, same capacity as me. They are free for you to use. You do not share commissions or anything with these people. Utilize the resources that we have out here for you. Okay. Let me put up my contact info. Let's see, we working? Okay. All right. Okay, so here's my contact information, and you can utilize my email, my direct line. It's not a cell phone, so don't text me. You all are WFG on the line. This is your dedicated phone line to reach all the Crump solutions: disability, life insurance, long-term care. Option 2 would be for the long-term care. Excuse me. And this is the email. It's LTC quotes, the number 2 @crump.com. You can use the Crump Solution Center. You can ask them basic questions. You can ask them to run your quotes. They are there to help you. And especially if I am traveling, they are there. They are my backup. But if you're not sure what to do, who to go to, the desk you feel maybe isn't helping as much as you want them to, or whatever. If there's anything you want to discuss, you're welcome to reach out to me directly. I will help you. So from stem to stern, from the start of the sale all the way to commission, if you have a question, I'll be happy to help you if it has to do with long-term care. All right, so now what I want to do is go over some proposals with you. All right, so we're looking at One America. I pulled up a Securian quote just in case we want to look at that, but I'm going to start with the One America 10-pay option. So again, this is going to be the Asset Care recurring premium product, because we're going to pay over time. When you pay over time in the recurring premium, there is available is a 5-pay, a 10-pay is available, a 20-pay, and then there's also pay to age 95. It would be when the oldest person turns 95, you don't have any more premiums. So I'm showing a 10-pay here. If you remember from our last training, each of these policies basically has 4 core components in a policy. So what we have is a monthly benefit. That's number 1. Number 2 is the benefit period. Number 3 is inflation. And number 4 is your waiting period. So I'm looking at 5,000 a month as a benefit, which is kind of the average of what we quote across the nation. You want to look up the cost of care in your area, see if they should go a little higher. Sometimes premium's going to dictate they buy a little bit less. With One America, you can typically buy between 1,500 and 20,000 a month. So there's a lot of options to buy. Benefit period. One America is one of the companies that sells unlimited. There's only 2 companies that sell unlimited. Unlimited means your benefit's never, ever going to run out. So 2 companies sell unlimited, One America hybrid and NGL traditional, National Guardian Life traditional. So 1 hybrid and 1 traditional. Those are the only 2 companies that exist that sell unlimited. I'll explain the other options in just a minute. All right, now, I like to call hybrid policies live, die, or quit. If you live and need care, it'll pay. If you die, it'll pay. If you quit, surrender it, it will pay. So it pays no matter what happens. This is not use it or lose it like traditional. This is live, die, or quit. You put your money in and it sits there. When you need it for long-term care, you get a huge bucket of leverage that's growing because you have inflation, and you have a backup plan if you die and never use it, and you have a surrender value. So this is based on, I wanted a joint couple. They are both age 55. One's male, one's female. If they're both male, just make sure you're quoting what they are. With One America, there's really only 2 rates to start with. Beyond the male, female, and the age, there's two rates. You're tobacco or you're not tobacco. All right. So they use this word preferred if you are non-tobacco. If you're tobacco, they use the word standard. So this would say standard tobacco if I was tobacco, if this person was tobacco, okay? So don't worry about the word preferred. I get a lot of questions on that because people say, oh, my client's not preferred. They have this and that wrong with them. If they don't smoke, they're called preferred. It's just how it is. So keep that in mind. All right. I wanted 5,000 a month per person. I wanted unlimited. And then I wanted a 10 pay. Those are my choices here. So this particular 10 pay for this exact ages is $30,386 a year is the 10 pay. The One America premiums include waiver. So if you are on claim, the premium will stop. The entire premium will stop. Okay. So to go on claim, the waiting period with One America, that's back here. The waiting period is 90 days for facility, but it's 0 for home care. So that means if I'm going to stay home for my care, this premium would stop immediately and my benefits would begin immediately. If I go to a facility, I'm going to pay the first 90 days out of my pocket. I'm going to still pay my premium. Then the premium's waived, then the policy pays. So it has to do with where you're going. Are you staying home or going straight to a facility? Most people are at home first because they want to be at home. All right. So we have waiver premium. We have the premium. Now, if you go off claim, your premium's going to start back up again. All right. So let's say something happens. There's an auto accident. She's in an auto accident. She goes on claim in year 3. They're going to stop paying here. She's still on claim in year 4. They won't pay that either. Now she's better. She's independent again. He's not on claim. Nobody's on claim. They're going to start paying again. Right here at year 5, they'll start paying until year 11. Okay? You don't owe backwards. Years 3 and 4 is done. That was waived. You just move forward. All right? If it's waived, it's waived. It's never due again. And nothing's ever due after year 11. in this case, because I picked a 10 pay. All right, live, die, quit. Here's the quit value. There's a surrender. You can see it's small. You can see what they're putting in. 30,000 times 10 years is $300,000, right? The surrender value is not 300,000. It's nowhere near it. Okay, here's 31 years later. It's still not 300,000. Don't worry about the surrender value. This is not an investment. If they need to put food on their table, something desperate has happened, and they need this 87,000 in year 18. By golly, take the 87,000. That's what it's for. But something desperate like that has happened. They probably, maybe they couldn't afford this to begin with, I'm thinking, but nevertheless, that's what it's for, something desperate, right? Another example I can think of is, let's say maybe he's passed away, she's all by herself, there's nobody to leave the death benefit to, and she finds out she's got 2 months to live. Go ahead, take the 96,000, go take a trip. It's your money, right? But if you're going to die, the death benefit's a little bigger. Now, here's something to remember. When there's 2 people and only 1 death benefit, what is it? Second to die. Yeah. So this death benefit you see here is directly related to the 5,000 I chose. So I didn't pick this. When I picked the 5,000, it came up with this. It's correlated by 3%. That's the correlation, 3%. So if I change the death benefit, I had a client tell me today, well, they don't really need the death benefit. Can we just lower that? I said, well, if I lower that, it's going to lower this. It's correlated directly. So 1 death benefit and 2 people is second to die. These death benefits are always minus any claims. So this may be here, it may not. But one thing's for sure, neither one of them will ever see this death benefit. Second to die, less any claims. Second to die, less any claims. Okay? So it might be here, it might not. We don't know, but neither one will ever see it. So why am I buying this? Long-term care. AOB is the base. That's the acceleration of benefits is what that term means. COB is the continuation of benefits. You use the base first, then you use the COB. So when I go on claim, now these numbers happen to be the same, but sometimes the columns are not the same. That's why you need to know this. So I made both columns the same. Both columns are growing by 3% compound inflation. So let's take a look. It's now policy year 15. The benefit on the AOB is $75.63. Either one of them goes on claim or both. They each have access to $75.63 per person. Let me say per person. Okay. So that's $14,000 or so, right? $15,000, right? All right. So $75.63 per person. The first money they use will be this, but it doesn't matter. Once the death benefit's used up, which will take 33 months if one person's on claim, 75.63 into 166 is 33 months. If both are on claim, it'll be 16 and a half months and this is done, but who cares? Once it's done, all you do is jump over here to the COB column. So if it's 3 years later, 33 months later, when you jump to the COB, you're jumping to the 8,000 because it's still growing. And then every year after that, you get this new number per month, per person. For how long? Forever. Forever, per person. So this is a fantastic way for a client to leverage their money. This is potentially millions of long-term care dollars that can be paid out for how much? $300,000 that they spent. Now, some of this $30,000 per year premium can be tax deductible. When you look at this page of the quote, okay, you can see the premium breakdown. Of the $30,000 premium, $67.75 is paying for the life. You cannot tax deduct life insurance. No way, no how, nobody. LTC premiums, 23,612, is potentially deductible. I say potentially because deductions depend on the person, right? How do you file your taxes? Are you self-employed? Are you a business owner, C Corp, S Corp? Are you W-2? How do you file your taxes? They're going to talk to their accountant about their taxes, but it's your job to point out it's the LTC part that's potentially deductible, because they won't know it and their accountant may not know it either. Trust me when I tell you, the accountants don't always know. So we want to keep our clients educated and informed. So the LTC part, it's what's eligible. What they can actually deduct depends on their tax filing status. All right, here you can see the little features and benefits. Waiver premium included. Nobody added that, it's included. Here's that 3% number. So that 3% correlation, and that makes 33 months. If you do a 4% correlation, it'll say 25 months here. If you do a 2% correlation, it'll say 50 months here on the base. So 33 is the optimum for couples. Single people, we might use the 25 month or the 4% acceleration. That's the acceleration of the death benefit. And then the COB is either lifetime or double the base. So when you buy the benefit period, you can buy 33 and 33 or 33 in life. Those are the options. Now, if I buy 33 and 33, that's a total of 66 months, right? They will share the 66 months. They don't each get 66 months. They share it. One person can use all 66, but they share it. So that's why we do like unlimited with this company. And again, it is for the monthly benefit is per person, a 10,000 starting benefit. All right, so that is the 10 pay. With all of these quotes, you have a page that looks like this. It's all your alternates. Whatever's highlighted is what we quoted. So I quoted 33 months on the base, 3% on the AOB, lifetime benefit duration, 3% on the COB, lifetime inflation. The other options are there's a 20-year inflation. That would change the premium to 21 and the inflation would stop in 20 years, which means this. When the inflation stops in year 20, 8768, it would stay at 8768. Actually, it'll stay at 9,031, and that's what you'd see straight down. It wouldn't change anymore. So that would be a 20-year inflation. Okay, if I want 33 and 33, now I'm going to pick that. So I want 33 and 33. I still want all the inflation. That's 21,000 for a premium with lifetime inflation. But they share the 66 months, 33 and 33. You would never buy no COB. Never. Okay, you need to buy both parts, AOB and COB. If they're older, sometimes we do the 20-year inflation. If they're already, 62, 20-year inflation, we'll put them at age 82. That's okay, right? But if they're younger, in their 50s, you probably want a lifetime inflation. Okay, let's look at the same quote, only single pay. So remember the 10 pay premium just in general. Let me show you that again. It was 30,386, so a total of 300,000, right? The single pay, same benefits, same people, right? Oops. Same people, same benefits. 5,000 a month, 3% inflation, unlimited, Same death benefit, same benefits. Single pay is only $235. So it's a big savings when you are not spreading the premium out. So all of these hybrids, Nationwide, Securian, One America, all your hybrids, the more you spread the premium out, the more you pay overall in total premiums. I know everybody doesn't have single pay, but believe me, I have seen clients when I show them this difference and they say, what? I can save $70,000. Yeah, I have this money sitting around in a CD or something that you didn't even know they had money sitting around. And all of a sudden they have money sitting around. Okay. People have money sitting around. All right. So make sure that you're telling them these are very much discounted if we are doing, single pay. So 235 goes in, they both die and never use it. It's 166. Okay, they spend a little bit on insurance, but what do they have? Unlimited per person, potentially millions of dollars per person for life. One of them will definitely need care, and most likely at least 5, 6, 7, 8 years, depends if they get dementia. The average for dementia is 7 to 8 years. Average for females, 5 to 6 years. So we really want to talk about unlimited. The people that are interested in unlimited are people that are afraid. They're afraid of long-lived diseases. Something in the family has happened. Early onset dementia, early onset Parkinson's. Maybe some young person had an accident and they're in a wheelchair the rest of their life. That's unlimited. All right. Next quote is a 20 pay. So let's look at that. 18,400 times 20 years, 368,000. Our single pay was only 300,000. I'm sorry, the 10 pay was 300, the single was 235, the 20 pay is 368. So unless they go on claim, unless they go on claim early, yes, this would be waived. But you can see how much more expensive a 20 pay is. Overall expense, all right? So again, same exact benefits, 5,000, unlimited, same 166. It's just a 20 pay instead of 10. You have your options are again single. You've got 5, 10, 20, or pay to 95. Those are the options. Here's a little secret, no matter what pay mode you're doing, okay? This premium is linear to this 5,000. So literally, if the client says, well, I'd like my premium to be half of 18,000, then they're going to get half of 5. Their benefit will start at 2,500. If they say, hey, 5,000 is not enough in my area, it's 10,000 a month. Double the 5,000, double the premium. So you don't need 1,000 quotes. Just know in your head that it's linear. Quote something that's not going to sticker shock people and know that it's linear. If you go in low ball, 2,000 a month, something like that, and the client, let the client say 2,000 is not enough. Are you crazy? Okay. Double the 2,000, double the premium. So just have a plan of what you like to quote and how you're going to converse with the clients. Just again, try not to you can sticker shock wealthy people. So have a plan and the way you describe things. Now, I always tell people when I'm running a quote, look, the premium can be whatever you want it to be. So let me just show you how this works. So don't pay attention to this number here right now. Let me just show you how this works. Whatever money you're going to put in, you're going to put the money in. You got a quit value, you got a die value, and you got a big long-term care value. This 18,000 happens to buy 5,000 a month. So that's how I tell people about it. All right, do what's comfortable for you, how you feel about explaining it. All right. What else? Okay. One America. So we talked about One America. We talked about single pay. I didn't show you a 5-pay, but you get the picture. 10, 20, and pay to 95. That's called recurring premium. Single pay is just called single pay. So here was the single pay. It's just called single pay. Okay. If it's got money over time, it's called recurring. And then the other product they have is qualified money, using qualified money. So here's the qualified money quote. All right. So what we're going to do, the qualified money quote, I'm going to stay on this page that I've been showing you, is called Asset Care Annuity Funding. If it says Asset Care Annuity Funding, that's qualified money. The qualified money is money that hasn't been taxed, right? It's from your 401k, 403b, whatever. It's single pay, single premium. So we have a couple. I made them age 60. If you notice, they're not 55. I made them 60 because taxes have to be paid on qualified money. And if you're using qualified money under age 59 and a half, not only do you pay your taxes, whatever bracket you're in, you pay an extra 10% penalty as well. So we really don't want to sell this to under age 59 and a half. This is for 60 and up, right? So they're 60 and up. We're going to take $200,000 out of his 401k, right? One America is going to give these people a 25% bonus on their money. So they're going to hand them $50,000. They're going to put in 200. One America's going to give them $50,000. So now it's 250, right? They're putting in 250, 200 of theirs and 50,000 of One America's money. The 250 goes into an annuity. The annuity makes withdrawals over 10 years. Each year, and that's why this says if I do 250,000, what they're putting in, divided by 10 is 25,000, right? So 250, 200 from them, 50 from One America, goes into the annuity. Spread over 10 years, that's 25,000 a year. So what does this mean? 25,000 a year. This is what the client will get a 1099 every year to pay taxes. Their taxes aren't 25,000. Their taxes are whatever bracket they're in, right? They have to pay taxes on 25,000. It's a 1099. You guys are familiar with 1099s because you're all self-employed, right? So 1099. They have to report it on their taxes and pay taxes. But the point is, he wasn't taxed on 200,000 right away. It's spread out. We want to spread the taxes out. If he had to pay taxes on 200,000, he'd probably get bumped right into another bracket. We don't want to do that. So you don't want to pull the money out. We want to pull it out, put it into this annuity, and we want to take the One America bonus to boot. Now, California doesn't have a bonus. So that's different in that state. All other states, you get the bonus. And then we have everything else the same. We have a surrender and a death. Take a look at the death benefit. They died in year 1. He put in 200,000. It's 446, tax-free, right? If they both die, and this is second to die, they both die after year 9, it's 267, 236 is the death benefit, tax-free, minus any claims, but it is second to die, less any claims. What did he put in? 200. That's a great deal, right? So where's the long-term care? Well, it's $8,000 a month, AOB and COB, per person, for what? Unlimited per person. Now, I didn't add inflation on this, but we certainly can do that. Okay, you can add inflation. But this is not a bad deal, even with no inflation. $8,000 a month per person for the rest of their lives with a backup plan. They die and never use it. Somebody's getting the 200 they put in back, plus the 50 bonus, plus a little extra, because it's 267. So this is a really great deal. So you can see long-term care insurance can look expensive. You need to help your clients find the money. So when somebody's sitting on a $4 million 401k and they tell you, I don't have any money to buy long-term care, well, you kind of do. Because you know what? That 4 million is going to be under attack if you guys need care. Nothing pays for long-term care, not Medicare, nothing. You pay for it until you're out of money, and then you can be awarded to the government. That's how it works in America. So nothing pays for long-term care but your assets and income or long-term care insurance. That's it. Now, would this guy rather shift 200,000 over here to an insurance company to have millions of dollars tax-free money for long-term care? Or does he want to pay millions dollar for dollar? This is insurance. Pennies now for big dollars later. That's what this is. So I love this qualified money. I love the bonus. I love that they're spreading the taxes over 10 years. And oh, by the way, yes, there's still waiver of premium. So since the annuity is paying for the asset care annuity funding, if the clients go on claim, there is no premium for the asset care. So where does the annuity money go? The client's going to get the check. They're going to get the check just as if they had a single premium immediate annuity. They're going to get the check and they're going to still pay their taxes, but they get the money because there's no premium due. So that's what happens when there's waiver. The asset care is waived. So now where's the annuity money going? It's going to go to the client. Okay. So this is really exciting stuff. You can't spread this out. It has to be 10 years. That's how it works. This is 10 years. Okay. And it's the money plus the bonus divided by 10. That's where this number came from. 250,000 divided by 10. It's a $50,000 bonus. Now, One America, this monthly benefit with One America is reimbursement. Don't be afraid of reimbursement. Okay. I talk to many clients every day, clients, not advisors, clients too. And I get half the people tell me they want reimbursement and half the people tell me they want cash. And they're adamant about it. So our job, again, is to educate and inform people. So in case you're wondering, what's the difference between cash and reimbursement? Those are words. It's how the monthly benefit is paid out when you go on claim. Cash, reimbursement. The difference in those two words is who can I hire? That's the main difference. Who can I hire? Cash, anybody under the sun. Reimbursement, licensed, qualified people, which most of us will need. There's not somebody standing around waiting to take care of us. People are busy. Children are busy. Families are busy. They're not even capable emotionally, physically to take care of somebody. So who can I hire is the biggest difference. Okay. Don't talk about bills and receipts, because if you don't want bills and receipts, you better be buying reimbursement. Reimbursement allows you to do direct bill. So you don't have to do bills and receipts. You can if you want to. Nobody does that. When you have a reimbursement carrier, licensed qualified people, all you have to do is tell them to talk to the provider. They will bill and pay each other. Nobody's fooling with bills, receipts, or cash. No one has to manage all of that. You just let them bill and pay each other. Okay? You cannot do direct bill with a cash product. The cash is going to show up to the insured. What's wrong with that, you say? Suppose I have dementia. Here comes the cash to the mailbox. Who's helping me? My child that's on drugs? Are they helping me? Who's helping me? You have to know the families that you're doing business with. And we all know families aren't perfect. They're greedy. They're irresponsible. Sometimes there's no family at all. So what's happening? When a client's making their long-term care plan in their 50s, and they may not use this till they're 80 something, what are you saying to them? Hey, you're going to be 80 something. You possibly will have dementia. You want a cash policy because you want flexibility. I understand that. I love it. Hey, I own a cash plan. I also own a reimbursement plan. But who's going to manage the money? Do you have a power of attorney? Do you have a will? Do you have a responsible child that's willing to step up, that'll spend the money the way it's supposed to be spent? Or do you have a child that'll say, hey, I'll take care of mom and I'll pay my mortgage too? That's not what the money's for, pay somebody's mortgage, right? We all know in our heart of hearts, we are not all caregivers, right? We all have our own strengths. We're not all caregivers. We don't all have patience for it. We don't have the physical ability to do it. So I always say it's just a good conversation with the client. If you let them pick, it's their plan. And that way you don't have to feel the brunt of the responsibility because you told them, oh, cash is king, just buy cash. That's what I bought, just buy cash. Just buy reimbursement, that's what I bought, just buy reimbursement. No, let them pick. So if one thing I've learned over the 26 years I've been doing this, that is the most important conversation. Let them pick. It's their plan. Right? Okay. In addition, I'll say, if this is reimbursement, and I'm using licensed qualified people, and this is my insurance policy. So in one pocket, I have an insurance policy, right? What's in my other pocket? Cash. My income and assets. I always have cash. You don't have to buy cash. You have cash already. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to be using some kind of licensed qualified people or places eventually. Your daughter cannot do everything. Okay, so I just love the conversation about cash and reimbursement. I think that if unlimited is important, who cares if it's reimbursement? You got cash in your other pocket. This is an excellent deal. But if you want cash, your two cash policies are Securian and Nationwide. Care matters, okay? Securian's a little less expensive than Nationwide, but they're both cash. So this monthly benefit will be cash. No problem, but it's not going to be unlimited. You're going to have a pool of money. 6 years is pretty much what you get. Okay. Which will probably be enough for most people. But if you want cash, it's going to be Securian or One America. You can't use qualified money, only with One America with qualified money. Okay. One America does single people or joint. Nationwide does individuals or joint. Securian is just individual, which I happen to like individual policies. My husband and I bought this. We each bought our own. I wanted us to have our own. I didn't want second to die death benefit. I don't think he's going to use his. So I want the money back. I'm not worried about second to die. The kids will get what they get. How many times have you heard that? Right? So some people will want separate policies. And that's what worked for me. So you have to, you know, just keep conversing with your client. You'll find out exactly what they should buy. International coverage, Securian all the way. If your client's going to leave this country, you need to sell Securian. There's no other company that's good enough. And here's why. All the other companies only let you use this death benefit money in another country. That's what you can use in another country. The 120,000 in this case. Okay. With Securian, I can use this money in another country. So Securian, if you're leaving the country. All right, let's do some questions.
Hello, can we talk about underwriting since we're talking about people that are like 60 and up? Like, how does that work? Because a lot of times their health is not the best.
Yeah, so underwriting. One America is the most liberal carrier for underwriting. They go up to a table 8. That's huge. All right. So they are the most liberal carrier. They will consider HIV. They will consider type 1 diabetics. They will consider a lot of different things that other carriers will not touch with a 10-foot pole. So, but I recommend you pre-qualify every client, every single client. I don't want to hear it's healthy. Okay. When your client says they're healthy, it's they talking about today or yesterday? Let's face it. I could be breast cancer survivor 1 year. You ask me how I'm doing. Oh, I'm healthy. I'm all that in a bag of chips. Well, but oops, I had breast cancer a year ago. Okay. You need to ask people what's been going on the last 5 years with your doctors. What kind of doctors have you seen in the last 5 years? Do you have the cortisone shot in your knee? Do you have the COVID? Do you have the flu? Do you have shingles? Do you have cancer? Do you have diabetes? What's been going on in the last 5 years? That's a big open-ended question. Get all the information. Also ask medications. Get a list of their meds. Get a list of the why they're taking what they're taking. Don't just send me a list of medications. I'm going to come back and say, why are they taking that? Okay, so meds and why. Have they had a physical in the last 2 years? Some of these companies you can't even apply unless they've had a physical. So if you're not asking that, that's crazy. You got to ask that. So ask if they've had a physical, ask what's been going on. There's a medical form, write it all down. Send it in to me or my team. We'll tell you what other questions we have. We'll tell you what carriers would be a good fit for those problems a client has. Things that are obvious. There is a list that's called a knockout questionnaire. So you can use that. I'll send you all that. Things that are obvious that are uninsurable, okay? You already have a problem with your 2 of 6 activities. That's the trigger for crying out loud. You can't apply. It's like your house is already on fire. You can't go get some more homeowners. So you already have a problem with your 2 of 6 activities. You're already in a wheelchair. Quad cane. All right. You're in physical therapy. You can't be in physical therapy. You got something wrong with you if you're in physical therapy. MS, Parkinson's, ALS, dementia, Alzheimer's, all that stuff, it's too late. You already have some problem up here. It's too late. Okay. We can't do anything about that. But diabetes, cancers, all that stuff can still be insurable. Let's just find out from the client how stable they are. I recommend pre-qualifying every single client you have. Just get used to the questions. I don't have any problem saying to somebody, what's been going on in the last 5 years? I don't care what they say to me. It's not embarrassing. Shouldn't be embarrassing for them or you. Say, look, if we want to apply for this great coverage, we need to know about health. So tell me about your health. What's been going on? You know, and that's how you do it.
What if they're getting like a VA disability?
If they're on disability, there's a reason they're on disability. So what are they disabled for? What's the disability?
So it doesn't automatically rule them out. It depends on what it is.
Well, if they're on Social Security disability, you only have one company that takes Social Security disability, and that is your Global Atlantic 4Care long-term care annuity. You sell that through AMS. Great product. That's the only one that takes Social Security disability. Everybody else, it's a knockout question.
Can you
But if
repeat
they're
one more time the
private
company?
disability, they're on private disability, they may be still insurable. It depends on what is the disability.
Like the VA, you know, a lot of people in the military, VA, they're on PTSD or, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's not always uninsurable. That's
Right.
depend on the disability.
Okay.
Because sometimes they're all still functioning. It's just they can't do some certain job they did in the military or something. So
Right. Because they're working full-time jobs and they're still working. Like I have clients that they're working full-time jobs and getting VA disability, you know,
okay.
70%, 80%. I just want to make sure they're not just automatically out.
Well, use the knockout questionnaire first, okay? And then get all the details on it.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me tell you, veterans are not covered for long-term care. So don't let them tell you that. I don't need it. I'm a veteran. That's baloney. Unfortunately, that's baloney. So, you know, I'll give you a rhetorical question to ask your client for your veterans that say that they're covered, they're a veteran. Ask them this: if the government was going to pay for every single military person for long-term care in the future or whenever they need it, why would the government sell their own long-term care insurance policies to not just government employees, to military? Why would they sell you a policy if you're already covered for veterans? Because they don't. So, and there is a policy available for government employees and veterans through the government. It's a discounted program. What you sell is less expensive than that. And they still have to qualify. It's not check the box, you're insured kind of thing either. So you can certainly bring it up in that context. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Hey, Susan, got one here. This is Emmanuel here. So I was looking at the annuity pay long-term care one. Do they still do the medical underwriting if you're using that form of payment?
The 4Care annuity you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so you used to sell this through Crump, and that's how I know about it. But right now you sell that through AMS. So the 4Care annuity, it's Global Atlantic 4Care long-term care annuity. Here's how it works. It's single premium, non-qualified money. Okay. You put the money in. You answer 10 questions. If you can answer the first 5 questions with a no, they'll give you 2 times your money. If you can answer all 10 questions with a no, they'll give you 3 times your money. That's simple as that. So I put in 50,000. I can answer all 10 questions. Now I have 150,000 to use for long-term care. It's kind of nice because what you can also do with that is the original money you're putting in could be from another annuity. So let's say I have an annuity right now. It's $100,000 in my current annuity. It's 50,000 of gains, right? So I got 100,000, 50,000 in gains. I move over my 100,000. I answer all 10 questions. Now I have 300,000 available for long-term care. All of the money available, the whole 300,000 is tax-free, including the original gains. So you just took a tax problem and turned it into tax-free with 3 times the value. Unbelievable value for people. So when somebody says to you, hey, well, I don't need long-term care because I have this annuity sitting over here and that's what I'm going to use for my long-term care plan. Well, how much is in the annuity? 100 grand. How much is gains? 70 grand. Great. If we move the 100 and I give you 300 to use, and now you can use all of it tax-free, would that be a good deal for your long-term care plan?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
non-qualified annuity, you said?
Non-qualified annuity, non-qualified cash, non-qualified annuity. That's how it works. 5 questions, 10 questions. That's how it works. And you can only go annuity to annuity. So it's not like you can 1035 annuity to life. You're not allowed to do that. Against the rules. So find people's annuities and sell that all day long. All day long.
But you're saying that, I just want to make sure, so the Global Atlantic is only non-qualified money.
Correct.
And then the One America is the one that you showed that was the Asset Care Annuity Funding Whole Life. That one is only qualified money.
That one's qualified money. And then if you do regular single pay, if I do regular single pay, that's non-qualified money. But this money's not coming from an annuity.
Yeah, but sometimes qualified money is already an annuity too. So I'm
Yes,
just trying.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand. So the One America, the one that you showed with the 25% bonus,
Mhm.
that one is only for qualified money,
Qualified money.
IRA money,
The money
401k.
can come from an IRA. It can come from a qualified annuity. It can come anywhere because it's going annuity to annuity.
Mhm.
But it's qualified money.
They can't use a non-qualified annuity.
Not for this. They wouldn't get
Not
the
for that one. Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to understand.
Mhm.
So if somebody has some property, they're selling, they're getting out, they're 65, you know, they got like $300,000 cash, they want to know what they can do, maybe stick 100 or 200 into one of these.
Mhm.
But that would be with Global Atlantic,
Yep. Mhm.
not qualified.
Mhm. Or if it's cash, they can put it into, one of these.
Hold
You're
on,
gonna
which
get
one?
you're gonna get more bang for your buck with this.
The first
But
one
if
you
it's
showed.
coming from an
Single pay.
annuity, you have to go annuity to annuity. If it's cash, you can pay the cash to life or annuity.
Okay.
So always discuss where the money's coming from. Where's the money coming from? And then we'll strategize together about where you can put that money. And I'll tell you, I mean, I'm not, I'm here at Crump. You have Crump products, but the Global Atlantic, it's not a Crump product. But if it's going to be right for your client, I'm going to tell you about it because that's just who I am. I need to look in the mirror every day. And I can't in good conscience say, oh, gee, that advisor, that would have been so perfect for them to use Global Atlantic. I should have told them about it. I can't live like that. So if a product's out there, I'll be telling you, you probably should look at this or that. That's just who I am. And I think that's most people in this business. We're all like that. We all want to stay honest and stay in check. And, I think it's important to understand.
So you said the only 2 products that have inflation protection, inflation increasing benefit, basic, inflation protection increasing benefit is what were the 2 again? You said one was the
Well, traditional long-term care has inflation available and hybrid has inflation available. Life insurance with a rider does not have inflation. So it's
Okay.
any of the products through Crump. The two traditional products are NGL and Mutual of Omaha. Those are your two traditional. Then you have two hybrids. You have Securian and One America. And Nationwide is one of your hybrids. You don't sell that at Crump, but you have Nationwide. So, and then you have the 4Care Global Atlantic.
And they all have inflation protection?
They all have inflation.
Okay.
All those products have inflation protection. Yeah.
And when you say traditional, you're talking about just standalone long-term care?
Standalone, standalone long-term care, which has your partnership protection in most states. So you can partner up with the state to protect assets from Medicaid spend down. That's what traditional is. Tax deductible. C corporations can pay for it, tax deduct it. You can do group discounts with traditional. So if you have business owners and there's 5 full-time employees that exist, you want to call me up. We'll talk about group discounted opportunities. So you will still sell traditional here and there. At Crump, we probably sell 50% traditional and 50% hybrid, believe it or not. Personally, I bought hybrid. I mean, you know, because again, Susan's plan. But I'd probably sell my parents traditional.
All right. Any other questions before we go? I know we're a little over time.
No, this was good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. It's just so many important decisions to make. So, Susan, that's why we have to leverage you and leverage your expertise. And I
Yes.
appreciate the fact that you would be willing to speak with the clients with us.
Yes.
That brings me a peace of mind. So because you can't mess this up.
No, you have support, you
Yeah.
have expertise. So that's what you need to know. And that's what you tell your client. Look, I can't know everything as an advisor. I do lots of things, but we at WFG, they have married us up with the right people who have what who know what they know. You know, this is all that I do. So yeah, I know it inside and out.
You could say this in your
know
sleep.
it inside and out.
Oh yeah, you could dream this, right? Okay, you could probably dream long term.
I can say all this stuff in my sleep.
Yeah.
I probably do.
Well, we appreciate you. No, this was very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks everybody for attending, and I'll see you next time. We'll figure out what the next training should be, and we'll go for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Susan. And I want to remind
Thank
everybody
you.
that
Thank
last
you.
time
Thank
Susan
you.
was on, I forwarded to the leaders some trainings, and I forwarded to the leaders training and some material, pre-recorded stuff that she sends me. I just want to encourage you guys to open up that email and read it and listen to it and kind of do some self-study. And also they have already stuff pre-recorded on their website as well. So I think that's a great opportunity for us to learn. So I know we are over time. I don't want to keep us too long, but I do want to say that tomorrow is Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Las Vegas Convention will be open. And I want to encourage everyone to be ready tonight with their forms. If you have not filled out your form, if you need your leaders to do it, if you are working tomorrow and you know that you will not be available at 3 p.m., there is a form. We already mail it out. So fill out, if you need to call us tonight or call staff in the morning, whatever, give the credit card information. It's $2.99. And, we can, under one agent ID number, we can register you. And if you need to register your spouse or a guest, we can do that. Just want to encourage everyone to not take that lightly and open up tomorrow. And lastly, our April 6th, this coming weekend, it's going to be so exciting. This morning, we had a planning meeting and not planning, but just making sure that everything is in order with WSB and what we are doing and contributions, and it is going to be very, very amazing. It is very crucial to understand that all of those MDs and SMDs to come at 9 a.m. To help out and everything else. If you are on schedule, you probably know by now. If not, you'll find out right after this call. And then if you understand very well, usually for this event, lunch wasn't included, but we did, there were supposed to be some refreshments, but there are some opportunities for lunches. There will be tickets given for the lunch for those who come first thing in the morning. So please encourage your guests to come no later by 10:30. So that way they can register, be seated, and also get their lunch tickets as well. And lastly, let's all make sure that this weekend we mozone very well as we get there, our guests get there, mozone with one another, introduce each other to our guests, to our clients, prospects, whoever you're inviting. And it's still space and room for us to invite someone to come out to this event that is right here locally. And if you're in different states, if you're still considering where to go, let us know so we can pair you up, and you can go to your local area, local state. I know she has few people going to Texas, and other people, I'm not sure exactly. I know Michigan, we have some people going, and Florida should be going, and because the deadline is today to pay these leaders, guys. They also have to prepare and plan. So I just want to encourage you guys, don't take this lightly. If you cannot go to your local event, then I don't know how we can go to the big event, right? So I appreciate you all, and let's prepare for next month. Every Monday night, guys, don't take these licensed agent trainings lightly. It is a great way for us to learn. Sometimes we hear things over and over. Sometimes we hear things that we don't understand. Sometimes we even leave confused, but this is a great opportunity for us to call tomorrow, get an illustration, study it, figure it out, and find a solution, because as a licensed professionals, we definitely want to go do the right thing for the client. So appreciate you all. Have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Bye.